Hello everyone, welcome again to Train Simulator 2012. Now, the reason why I am doing another one, is, somebody actually talked to me, left me a comment that they wanted they actually wanted a trial on how to run the Steam engines, and I believe they do have I think they have a scenario for that, I hope. Let's see, because we need something that deals with, I see here, we got looking through, I don't have that much in the way of Steam engine, so I'm seeing if I can, here we go. This one might be a, this might be what we could probably use. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is for passengers, because he was referring to something for passengers. So let's see. If this is for a passenger steam train. If not, we'll have to go back and see if we can find one that's a steam train that's actually used for passengers. Okay, now we got the train. Yes, this is a passenger train. Good. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and get the train started here. Let's go ahead and release the brakes. Now, we're agreeing to go ahead and go here, so let's go ahead and do so. Now, just as before, you use you have your brake, you have the reverser, and then you got the throttle. In this case, in this scenario, you need to go to at least, the highest you can go is 30 miles an hour. So, try really hard not to go over that, if you can. Now, my friend here who is asking me to do an auto trial or a show on how to run the steam trains. He actually asked me, it's like he's having a hard time loading and unloading passengers and starting and stopping. Well, starting and stopping as a steam train can be a little bit more difficult. So you want to definitely keep an eye. It's not like, like an electric train or a diesel. Steam trains were built differently, and they have a different braking system. So you kind of have a. So yeah, it can get it can get difficult at times, but as long as you try to keep I'll go ahead and go on the other side here. Okay, we got wait a minute. Is that for... No, that's not even for us. I don't think. No, that's not for us. That's for someone else. Sorry, don't mind me. That was actually... The switch there is actually for another line, I think. So, I should be okay. Should be able to continue with no problems. Right now, I've got a green signal, so let's go ahead and... Oh, actually, we can actually go up to 70 miles an hour, so let's go ahead and do so. If the video skips a little bit, I'm sorry in advance. Unfortunately, there isn't much I can do about that, unfortunately. Now, you were talking about starting and stopping the train, and then loading and unloading passengers. Well, generally doing that, it's actually not that bad. Just now, if you notice right down here, this tells you when you get to the next station. You want to keep a very close eye on that, because if you do not, you can easily overshoot the station platform. So be very careful with that too. We're just going to take you to the first station, and then we'll kind of end the video there. But so you can kind of get an idea. But in this case, what it is when you're driving a steam train, yeah, it can get a little bit aggravating, I know. Especially when you're trying to learn on how to run it. So it's understandable. Anyway, now braking the train once we get closer to the station. Now, for right now, we have like a long waiting, a little ways to go. We got about 1.5 miles left to go before we actually hit the station. So, and actually here comes another train on the other side again. It's funny when you do these scenarios and how you actually will see other trains show up. That's actually pretty neat, because then you're working with other trains that are on the line. Which actually does come in handy, because you can actually, you know, do all this sort of stuff. Anyway. Okay, right now we got about 1.2 miles before the first station. So we're just about there. Now, I would recommend, because of the fact that you are in a steam train, if you want to go faster, that's fine, but just please make sure you keep an eye on how many miles is left on here. Plus, keep an eye on down here. You want to make sure that you don't want to go too fast and then end up, you know, braking way too early. You don't want to do that. Now letting people on and off is actually fairly easy. It's actually not that hard. Now, right now we got about 0.72 miles to go before. So let's go ahead. So we're not going to go ahead. We're not going to brake yet, but we will be braking here shortly. So let's see. But at least this will give you an idea of what to look for, especially when you're playing the game here. But we will be slowing down here in just a second. Let's go ahead and start this a little. But yeah, but basically, the closer you get to the station, make sure you apply a little bit of the brake. You don't have to. You can gradually slow down. You don't fully have to, you know, slow down. Coming up to the station, so all we have to do at this point is just let it glide a little bit. If it makes things easier for you, move the camera out a little bit so you can actually see. What you're doing. If you want to make things a little easier, that way you can see one of the passenger cars. That way you can actually see yourself pulling into the station. But But yeah, I mean, doing this is actually fairly easy. But because of the fact that you're new, yeah, I can understand it being a little difficult at times. That's totally understandable. And I'm happy to make another video for you. I mean, that's why I made the first one, because I wanted to teach people on how to play the game that don't know how to play it. I mean, it's a lot of fun. Now at this point, now you want to brake a little more before you. Let's go ahead and brake a little more here. Okay. Now we don't need to fully. Now we don't need to fully brake. Just, you know. Okay. Anyway, we'll go ahead and turn around the camera a little bit so it's facing this way. But if you notice on how I'm kind of pulsing it a little bit, I have to slow down just a tad more. Go ahead, go over to the side here a little bit. Come on, start back up a little. Come on, there we go. Full forward a little. And there you go. You have now stopped at the station using a steam engine. Now I know that you were having an issue with. So pretty much all you have to do once you reach the station, all you have to do is click this button to load and unload passengers. And then there you go. There you have it. Passengers can now get on and off the train now, and that's pretty much it. But there you go. Now you know on how to start and stop a train and let people on and off the train using a steam engine. Anyway, take care. If you have any other questions, please feel free to leave me a comment. Thank you so much for watching.